It was a really strange year, of course, because the last meeting that we had in 2020 was virtual, only virtual. All the meetings were online, so we were sitting there behind our computer screens and calling each other. And there were times that we had to do more than normal, that's absolutely true, but I think that we can be happy that we reconnect now here, that we are together and we are on the good way back. Life is about mistakes and acting on these mistakes and responding and correcting it, basically. And that is what Karl Popper tells us. You should never sit back and be confident that you did a good thing, but you should try to find out if there is something you could have done even better. Because always there are things that are not perfect. And especially for surgery, and even more for congenital heart surgery, this is very true.
Learning new things, it's always a pleasure being here, and we always learn a lot of things from our colleagues. We're all here in person again, so this is very enjoyable at all. The role of the domain chair is to actually get the domain together to develop the most inspiring program we can imagine, and I hope we did that this year again.
I think that for this year the true highlights have been in valve surgery, because we tried to make an update on mitral valve surgery in children, and that is still a big challenge. And another big challenge that we have in our specialties is the common AV valve or the valve, systemic AV valve in single ventricle. This is a really difficult problem, and I think this is one of the most important sessions of our program.
From a personal point of view, I was really impressed for the new innovative ideas that you received for the aortic surgery. And for example, today was a presentation from Japan in which the colleagues try to identify and to give us information, new concepts, how we can identify the cerebral damage in acute aortic dissection to decide for the kind of the therapy. It's a very controversial subject.
When we opened the exhibition, I was amazed by the amount of visitors that we had, and obviously the stands looked extremely busy. Some of the larger stands were just thronged with people.
I'm delighted that we have so many of our previous exhibitors here. I'm even more delighted that we have a lot of new exhibitors who have never exhibited with us before.
I'm doing fantastic, super happy to be at EACTS, having skipped a year and being able to meet customers. So we had our lunch symposia today and it was packed. So that was by itself worth coming here for. It was a great symposium.
We've had fantastic support from our sponsors, not only on the exhibition floor, which as you can see is amazing, but we've also had fantastic support from our satellite symposia programme. And this year you'll have seen that we introduced a new educational offering, which was our Skills Corner, and that's been very well received. This was an idea that we had to bring both not only our on-site audience who are used to our training sessions, but it was also to bring in our online audience, which we thought was very important. So what we've tried to do is make that as entertaining as possible, so that our online audience get the most out of the training session as well as our live audience. And I think we've really achieved that.
We are really happy to say that we have been able to build up a very interesting and live training session for transcatheter devices. Most of them, they don't use these devices yet. Therefore, they are very curious to see how these devices works, how they can handle the devices, how they can use these devices, and the simulator is a really good way to start working on these devices. So they are very happy, curious and happy.
We had presentations from Colombia. We have presentations, of course, from the US. We have a lot of papers from Asia. People want to express their job, they want to express their knowledge, they want to give the information around the world.
It's the first meeting to take place after COVID, and things did not stop evolving. People have continued to innovate, and this becomes just a phenomenal opportunity to get together and share our experiences and help one another continue to grow and learn after the pandemic.
Oh, it's outstanding. The number of people here at the meeting, it's like the meetings that we haven't had for the past 2 years. Reconnecting with people, seeing people in real life.
You should join EACTS definitely to meet colleagues who have similar aims to refine cardiothoracic surgery, to improve your training and to broaden your horizon.
EACTS is definitely one of the spots of knowledge, progress and innovation in the field, in our domain. So I couldn't miss it, and I couldn't miss it under regular circumstances. So once Singapore, my place of work, opened up borders a few days ago, I had my ticket issued within 2 hours. There was no way I would miss this meeting. Meeting point for all cardiac surgeons around the world.
The purpose of EACTS is educating, training, raising and setting standards in surgical care. 3 days in Barcelona is the epitome of all of that work. We run our programs all year long, but these 3 days really are a fantastic showcase. If you want to see EACTS at its best and take as much as you can from the organisation and your fellow colleagues, come here.